Makes me jump every time, that. Germans off to a winning start. If football matches lasted 20 minutes, particularly the last 20 minutes, that would have been an absolute cracker.
Exciting, yeah. Unfortunately, the Portuguese didn't help with their mentality and their tactics. They came out at the end and we saw their potential, offensive potential. And it's just such a pity, you know. So much talent on the field, and then waiting just to get behind before you really get them involved.
Sort of begs the question, why not play that way? But I mean, it's your
fear, Gary, and it,
you think that's what it is?
Well, yeah. Why should they? When you've got players like they've got Portugal, you know, great attacking players. Surely you've got to go out and have a go. And it took, as Clarence said, it took them to go one goal behind before they decided we've got nothing to lose. Now let's start having a go and throwing a few people forward. And suddenly they'd created 3 or 4 great chances.
It's an effective way of playing if you win. If you get beaten, the manager gets castigated because of the reasons you're saying. Why do you play that way when in the last 20 minutes you've gone and absolutely hammered the Germans and deserved to equalise? But for the first 70 minutes, you've played for a draw. Why?
They haven't been successful with this tactics.
No, that's what I'm saying. The only way you can win playing those tactics is to win.
I'm reinforcing what you're saying. I mean, the last tournaments, they haven't been successful.
They play that way all the time. That's right.
It's a real shame. You've got one of the greatest players we've ever seen playing up front. Why play so negatively? It just, anyway.
It's like Harry said, it's a fear factor. I mean, you think you look at the opposition and you set out your tactics and you say, right, we'll settle for a draw, and that's what effectively they did.
I mean, we had to wait a long time. It made a massive difference when it did come. And if it was going to happen, it did appear that it would go down the right-hand side.
Well, there are a lot of decent crosses down the right-hand side. This first one from Müller, Clarence is shouting for somebody to overlap, but I always felt if you get the ball in quickly enough, Harry, and you get a bit of movement in there, it's a decent ball in, and you just need a little bit of luck somewhere. And then the next one is different. It's low, but still another ball, and if the centre forward gets near quick. And funnily enough, the goal comes from Khedira, and it's deflected. And the Germans, they get a little bit of luck with the cross, but the header, Harry, is like sensational.
Oh, fantastic header. As you say, it was lucky that it stood the ball up. It just, that deflection from a ball that was going to be cut out going nowhere, stood it up, and Gomez hung there, didn't he? And he's put that right back across the keeper.
Lesson for any young striker heading the ball back where it comes from.
Absolutely magnificent. Never took his eye off that, and it was a great header.
It was a great goal from a player that basically struggled for a long time. He struggled, but a fabulous goal.
But that could get him up and running. I see him being one of the leading goal scorers in a tournament, even though when you saw him against Chelsea, you thought he couldn't hit a barn door at 10 paces. But we know that he can score.
You've always got half a chance playing up front for the Germans, getting a few chances. Clarence, what about the German setup? What did you make of their shape?
Well, it's always so exciting to see how they are disciplined during the whole 90 minutes.
It's not often you hear those 2 words in one sentence: excitement and discipline.
Well, you can see how close all the lines are close. They're like this. These are the Germans, and this also gives them a type of peace in their play. They can always fall back on their own tactics. Close team, and we've seen it in the 5th minute, we've seen it in the 14th minute, in the 18th minute. Always the same team, very close. The defense and the strikers, I think, will be 30 meters, more or less. Well, that's discipline, and that's very important for them, and they can always count on that.
Certainly does the trick.
I thought they defended well as well. The 2 centre backs were excellent.
They're a bit lucky on a couple of occasions. Certainly one when Pepe hit the underside crossbar. I mean, you're talking fractions of inches.
Unlucky. I mean, the first touch, great Harry, and gets out his feet.
Yeah, for a centre half, he said it was great skill. Just didn't quite go over the line. That was a good decision. It was the right decision.
I mean, if you look over the 90 minutes, they did have a lot of chances. Portugal. They've had that one, and they had a couple of half chances Ronaldo had, and in the last 20 minutes, it was just non-stop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is Nani hits the. I mean, that's a cross, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a Missick cross. But the two chances coming after that were real good chances.
First one fell to Varela, didn't it? I mean, great.
Well, he can either dink it, or as Harry were pointing out that when it comes across, I think the goalkeeper and the 2 German defenders are going diving in quickly. Just here, it gets a little deflection when it comes across here. Just there. So if he cuts inside, Harry, it's
I could think of a few of the great strikers in our time would have come back across
come back
him
and say it's an open goal.
Sent them two across the goal and rolled it.
Just a bit of composure, but he's only a kid coming on.
Yeah.
And
the goalkeeper stopped it with, some important instruments.
No, he did well.
You can use anything. Anything.
Absolutely.
What about Ronaldo, Clarence? What did you make of his performance? He came into it towards the end when he got service and support, I suppose.
No, I think he had a good game. I think he made the best out of what he got from the team. Every time that he could create something, he created something. But you need to play as a team forward to get these players really involved.
Yeah, when you got the ball, this is the first half, and Boateng doesn't get anywhere near him, and it's virtually the same thing here. In the first half, he goes in his left foot. This time, he varies it, comes in his right foot. A little bit unlucky there. But like Harry said, this is a frightening sight. When he gets you 1-on-1, then you're backing off and you're backing off. You don't know which way he's going to go. And as I say, the first half he went in the left. That time he went in his right. And then I think this is a fantastic tackle. We said that maybe the ball could have come earlier.
Yeah,
but it's a great tackle.
Recovered well.
And then he cuts inside here. I mean, this is what he's renowned for doing: picking up, coming inside, bang. I mean, there's an angle from behind that's swerving all over the place. And then this is like precision passing. He's looked up quickly there, and it's a fantastic ball back to Nani. And again, good German defending.
Good block,
blocking,
Good block from the Germans.
OK. For further reflections on tonight's game in Lviv, here's Jake with Alan.
Well, I think we might struggle to get some sleep here in Lviv tonight. It could be rather loud on the streets of this city tonight. But Alan, the runners-up from 4 years ago, they opened their account with a win. And I think it was the header that even you would have been proud of, right?
Oh, it was a fantastic header. They'd had some decent balls in the second half into the box, and I'm saying to myself, when is someone going to get in the end? And Khedira, with a little bit of a deflection, it fell nicely. I'm looking for Gomez where he is. He timed his run to perfection, and exactly what you taught as a kid. Head the ball back where it came from. It was a magnificent header, great goal.
You've done that a few times, or maybe more than a few times. He made it look easy. How hard is that skill?
Difficult skill, but it's the life of a centre forward. He'd done hardly anything all night, and you get the one chance and you've got to take it, and he'd done that, and that's a sign of a very good centre forward.
And now it's Germany against Holland in a couple of days' time, and that's mouth-watering because the Dutch have to get something from that game.
Well, both Holland and Portugal can't afford to get beat in their second game now. If they get beat, then that's them away, they're way home.
So what do Portugal do then? To be fair, when they were 1-0 down, they looked like a better side, but they now take on Denmark, and Denmark beat them in the qualifying group. Tough.
Well, the system that they set up with today was designed to stop Germany. When it didn't work, when they went 1-0 down, then they were able to express themselves a little bit more. The midfield three that was so guarding the back four in the first 60 or 75 minutes, then were able to get on the ball and get forward a little bit more. If only had that belief in the first half, it might have been different for them.
OK, well, sadly, our fledgling relationship's about to come to a premature end because you're heading back to the UK. Have you enjoyed the first few days of this tournament?
In the press in England, it's had a little bit of negativity before we came out about the competition. But I have to say, in Warsaw yesterday, we really enjoyed it. It was a great atmosphere, great stadium, and a very good game of football. And very much likewise today here in Lviv. The fans here, they're really enjoying themselves. We've seen no trouble whatsoever, and we've seen some decent football. Not a great game tonight, but as you would expect, as we have seen it over the years, Germany not spectacular, but they got the win.
OK, lovely to spend a few days with you, but I've had enough of carrying your bag. Gary, back to you, and you'll be pleased to know Alan's bringing you all back a lovely present.
What a